do than get your tookus on up here, guys. 3007 Al Simmons Road here in Dover, Florida. And we teased before the break, education officials in the news again, a lot of school stuff. We talked last week about the debacle that was the San Francisco student election.
Oh, yeah.
And this kind of ties into that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to have a shot with Nicole and
Do
the
it.
great Chuck Kelly.
This is a great story here. This one kind of caught my attention. This is it's in Romania. And, before I go into the story, I just want to say I think most of us kind of agree with his statement. And I think it's a great statement, actually. But he just resigned over some controversial statements about female students who are walking in high heels. He says we should teach female students how to walk wearing high heels, dance the tango, be a good hostess, and walk enticingly in public. He said girls should walk chest out, bottom out, and let the boys faint.
I thought they already did.
Most of them do.
Was he being sarcastic? That's a good point, Joe, but I think they already do, right?
They should.
Some.
They
The ones that should.
There's some that shouldn't.
Most girls know by like 14 or 15 whether or not they're going to be able to use it for the rest of their lives.
No, you're right about that.
I disagree.
You're right about that, Joe, but,
I disagree.
Well, it may be a little longer.
No. There's plenty that are in their 20s and 30s that wear stuff that's way too tight.
No. He was saying by that age they know whether they can work it or not. Now, some may not know they can't, but I think some can.
Well, yeah, they know that they can.
The ones, I think a lot of them think they can that can't. I agree with that.
Yes.
But, with this one, this is so funny because being in the business world that I'm in, I see a lot of women that try to dress up, maybe making sales calls, things like that, and they're just dressed to the nines. They look fantastic. You see them walking heels, and they're wobbling back and forth. They don't know how to walk in them.
They're walking like a newborn calf.
Yeah, and that to me is so. And a lot of times you look at her, you're like, that girl is fantastic looking, but no, she looks like a newborn deer.
I will say though, the
Bambi, learn to walk.
The business look very sexy.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're an attractive woman, to me, and maybe this might be a personal predilection, but if you are, in my opinion, if you're an attractive woman and you're walking around in professional attire, I find that a hell of a lot more sexy than walking around in some slutty attire.
I agree completely.
You agree? Yeah?
I completely agree.
I mean, it's sophisticated.
It's sophisticated. Yeah, you're right. And it's just.
It depends on whether I'm getting a hooker or a call girl. I want my call girl to look.
Wait. What's the distinction between a hooker and a call girl?
We're not talking about that profession, Joe. We're talking about
professional. Oh,
wait,
okay.
No.
You said a pro. I didn't know what you're.
Wait, back up. I want to know what Reverend Joey T's distinction is between a hooker and a call girl.
About $1,000.
Oh, okay. You know what? As your Jewish friend, I agree with that.
No, but you're right, Ben. There's just something about a well-dressed woman that's got herself put together. She's taken the time to just do herself upright. And she looks like she's professional, not like she's trying to. I mean, it's great to go out and see a girl that's going out to a club or a bar and dress.
There's a time and a place for it.
There's a time and a place, but they're driving through downtown
Halloween
as I do every day.
Yeah, you work in downtown. And
I drive through downtown, and as you're driving down, and especially near the courthouse, things like that, you look over and you see, and you can tell they probably work for a law firm or something like that. And you're like, wow, she's got it together.
I mean, when you see Caleb, a woman that's got that pencil skirt. She's got that pencil skirt on.
Oh yeah.
There's something very sexy about that. It cuts off usually right below the knees.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That well fit pencil skirt. Yeah. Very sensible, nice form fitting top.
Very mermaid like.
Nothing. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Nothing that's slutty with the top itself, but it's just
like a nice blouse that's maybe even a little loose.
Yeah. Or even just it accentuates the right parts, if you will. Some nice glasses, maybe. Oh, the glasses are always
glasses are very popular.
Absolutely.
To me, I just look at it like if you're a beautiful woman, but you also have an ambitious, responsible, sophisticated look, an intelligent look to you.
It goes back to the intelligent look thing. The whole thing that
you have more to offer.
You have more to offer than your looks.
Yeah.
But your looks just get elevated because of that.
It does, right. It raises the stock, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, so to me, that is far more sexy than, say, the girl that looks like she had to oil herself up just to fit into her outfit.
You see some girls that if they dress slutty, would not be that attractive.
Right.
But they dress in a business sense. You know, maybe they're not fit in all the perfect places, but they're nice looking, good looking girls. But they couldn't pull off a halter top and a mini skirt. But you see them in a nice business outfit with some nice heels and the right skirt and the right top, and glasses, as you said, that always helps too. But it just says something. It
says they says they got money.
No, it's not even about money. It's a confidence, and it's a confidence that you can't be replicated by a woman who just thinks she's good looking and is not. You see that kind of confidence all the time. You see that everywhere you go. You look at people and you go, "Did you not look in the mirror before you walked outside?" But when you see that, you can say, "Okay, that she may even be self-conscious, but right now she is carrying herself like she knows what she's talking about, and she's ready to impress."
Guys, if you would allow me to say as much, look, I
don't know that we should, but
obviously, if you're beautiful and you know it, there's nothing wrong.
Clap your hands.
There's nothing wrong with it, and you should clap your hands. There's nothing wrong with it, or clap your butt cheeks if you want to do
any of that stuff.
If you want to, what's the term?
Clap them if
Make
you
it
got
clap.
it. Is that twerking?
No, twerking. Yes, if you want to twerk it.
Make it clap.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I find a woman that when she's beautiful and doesn't necessarily know that she is, when she's intelligent,
absolutely,
and she carries herself in an intellectual way.
You sound like that one boy band.
I find that a lot more attractive.
I agree.
She doesn't know she's
beautiful. It's not just you, Ben, because even Password, she'll get a little self-conscious at times. And she'll throw something out. I'm like, why are you slightly self-conscious?
Yeah, she doesn't have.
You're gorgeous.
Yeah, no reason to be self-conscious.
No, not at all.
At all. No.
She's beautiful all the time, but when she puts on something like that,
you are definitely punching above your weight, Caleb.
Oh God! Well, I don't know. That's a lot of weight to punch above, but I've outkicked my coverage.
Well, it
for
depends on whether you're wearing Columbia or not. But
this is very true.
Yeah.
Very slimming.
But to me, that is the epitome of what a beautiful woman constitutes.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Because when you see a woman that's dressed like that, when she's dressed for success, when she exudes a certain amount of intellectual aptitude,
right? Intellectual hoardness.
No,
wait, I'm back in that.
That actually,
you're back on the wrong. You're on the wrong profession again.
I'm sorry.
Actually, Joe's not wrong. That part is kind of understated, but it is there.
Right,
it is there.
Yeah, that's why she's wearing heels, man.
That to me is much more hot than some chick that looks like she painted her outfit on. You know what I mean?
It's funny.
It depends on. Did she paint it on a very nice toned body?
But oftentimes they don't. Oftentimes they don't. Oftentimes it's
the ones that are painting it on shouldn't be half.
Yeah,
the time.
I mean,
you're right.
Look, there's a reason there's mirrors. Okay, and I've said this many times,
and not funhouse mirrors.
I've said this many times in real life, and I've said it quite a few times on the radio show. If and men, you know what? This is applicable to us as well. If you look in the mirror and you put something on, and you think to yourself, "I'm not sure if I can get away with this," that means that everybody else thinks it's 10 times fucking worse.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well,
so if you're not sure if you can get away with it, that means you can't get away with it. And for all you fat bitches out there that wear tight shit.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. For all you fat bitches out there that think you can get away with it.
That rabbit hole.
By the way, those are called foobs. They're not actual boobs. They're fat boobs. So when you wear tight shit, guess what? We know they're foobs. And you can't get away with it, stop wearing it. If you think it's bad, we think it's worse.
It's false advertising.
And I'm not saying dudes don't do it too. Guys do it too.
Well, one thing I want to say, I had two things I want to say here, and it was going back to the Password.
Yeah,
I only
want a muffin top on my muffin.
Right. Password gets mad at me.
I heard you like truffle butter on your muffin.
We were going out to a wedding or something a couple weeks ago, and she was getting ready, and I went in the other room, threw my suit on. I walked back around the corner, and she's sitting at her little vanity in the bedroom, and she's got some cute little panties on in her bra.
Oh, goodness.
But she's already got her heels on.
Oh, what?
And she's sitting down doing her makeup, and I was like, God.
Was she getting ready for a penthouse photo shoot or something?
We almost didn't make it to the wedding. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely.
But no, one thing I want to get back to a point Ben said about mirrors and with men. I don't know if you all noticed this, and you're probably not going to admit to it, but mirrors are not all built the same.
No.
I've looked at myself in some mirrors and like, damn, I don't look like a fat ass
It
today.
depends on the
And then I go to a different place and it's a different mirror and I'm like, I look like a fat ass.
No,
I'm never buying that mirror right there. That's
right?
Crap.
Look,
I'm getting dressed in that room.
Caleb, as a guy that sometimes deals with weight issues and sometimes doesn't.
Fluctuations.
I will say this, that lighting plays a big factor in this. I mean, mirrors
I find
are great.
if I wear a dark
but
colored
if-
shirt, I look skinnier.
Well, yeah, it's slimming. But
Look at me now. Look at me now.
But
Look at me now.
lighting,
Just look at this.
This is slimming for you.
I got a good look going on.
But lighting is a big factor of this. Also, a big factor of this is how drunk you are when you look at yourself.
Absolutely, it helps.
But,
I don't look in the mirror when I'm drunk.
It's like tripping. You don't want to do it. Your face might
No.
melt. Yeah.
No, because I'm like, wait a minute. I looked a lot better earlier. What the hell happened here?
I'm sweating now. My hair's
I'm
all
sweating.
messed
My
up.
hair's messed
dude.
up.
Good
My gut
God.
is sticking out. I need
There's
to do
a
some
Guinness
push-ups.
stain on my white shirt. What happened to me,
I'll
Right.
tell you what the Deus.
Hey, I look good in anything I wear.
you know what
Or
the
eat. Anything I eat. Sorry.
the Deus Ex Machina of all this is, right? Is reality.
Reality
Yeah,
bites.
reality. Yeah. When you look,
I hate
like I
reality.
said, if you look in the mirror and you're not sure, that means everyone.
That's a no.
That means everyone else is far less sure than you are. Change. Wear something else. And thank God that certain clothing manufacturers cut clothing in a different way.
Oh, yeah.
Find the clothing this is my advice. Okay, as Ben Charles from the Crane Mission Show, here's my editorial for tonight, my fashion editorial. Make sure you find a clothing manufacturer that cuts clothes in a certain way that makes your clothing flattering.
So
to
for
you.
Ben, for you, does that mean you like your girls to dress in the stuff from Forever 21?
Well, only because I like girls that are Forever 21.
It's a good. It's
Or what
definitely-
was that other store?
a good age.
579?
What's that?
579, whatever. Wet Seal. Y'all remember those stores back in the mall in the day? They always sold the
Wet seal. Yes, I do.
yes.
Yes,
yeah,
I
the
do.
slutty girl clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, it's better than a store called Forever 60.
No.
You know what I mean? You're like,
Nobody should shop there.
no, what?
I mean, here-
well, unless you're 89.
I'm still not shopping at Forever 60. I'm
I will
shopping
give
at
you
Columbia.
some additional advice as a single man. If you're not sure of whether a certain woman that certain age group that you have a proclivity to fits your aesthetic preference. If there's a certain aesthetic preference that you have,
Okay.
and girls your age no longer fit that, then you should dial it down.
Or move to an Asian country.
Well, then that's a good point. But you should just date younger girls. And
I'm
that's
huge
okay.
in Japan.
That's okay.
But yeah, Japanese
saying.
ladies are usually very skinny even into their older age. So if that's your thing and you can't, you don't have the money to pull the young stuff like you're talking about, hey, move to an Asian city, man.
There
All
you
right,
go.
well,
Probably the go.
we're running late on this segment,
Or
so
or anywhere that's very poor because they can't afford to.
I'm going to fit one last story into this, okay, before the break. We've talked many times on this show. The gay Billy Mays over here chiming in.
He says you're trying to fit something in where it doesn't belong.
All I
again?
know is I'm glad to see my good friend Nick, because Nick is a great guy.
Yeah, he's been absent. For
Nick is a great guy. Been a long supporter of the show, and seriously, my friend, I am very happy to see you. It's
Oh,
hey,
damn,
I
man.
do indeed. Even though the audience can't hear what you said, but it's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. But we've talked many times on the show over years about the fact that how long is it going to take people to realize that in today's society, blackface is not an acceptable costume?
unless you're a chimney sweep.
But that good point, Michael. Yeah, but no. What I see.
Okay,
This, I
if you're
see,
a dog fighter, I
Or
guess
or,
it's okay.
or a Ron Mexico jersey at the same
you
time.
know,
That works
I
just as
see
well.
the story you have pulled up here, and I'm not gonna lie, I find it completely acceptable.
Now, what I will say, okay, he made one bad decision
Just coming from a
and
white
one
guy.
exceptionally good decision. Now, his bad decision is the fact that this guy is a 5th grade teacher in Alabama
Oh,
who decided to dress up like Kanye West
oh,
and
no.
went in blackface. Now, his good
No,
decision
no.
is his wife, Shannon Morrow,
Oh, she's hot.
who is an absolute smoke show.
Who went as Kim Kardashian? I
Yes.
imagine.
She did, yeah.
So, you know what? Listen. What's his name again? His name is Heath,
Lucky
Heath
motherfucker.
Morrow. Heath Morrow, I absolve you of your sins because your wife is ungodly hot.
Oh yeah, he's punching above his weight.
Yeah.
He's outkicked his
Oh,
coverage.
oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, sir.
All right, so you know what? Forget the blackface. Fuck it. We forgive you. Yeah. We forgive you. All right, we're going to jump to a commercial break. We're running late.
Hard to do though.
When we get back, the
Eddie
final
Murphy did it in Saturday Night Live. If you remember, whiteface.
the final segment of the show when we get back, guys. We talked last week about mascots. Joe, who wanted to be
Yes.
Buddy, the marijuana mascot.
I still think I should be.
Sadly enough, the only opportunity for him was Nutty, the truffle butter mascot. But when we get back, there's a mascot that actually turned out, guys.